Answered the call after a disastrous hurricane struck. Tonight, they're back home. Meet the brave team of first responders, their four-legged partners, and the incredible mission that took them to Jamaica. Fox 11's Ed Lascos is live in Pacoima, where the International Urban Search and Rescue Team, USAR, has arrived back. Ed.
And Susan, what a happy homecoming here, a sweet homecoming here, a hero's welcome for members of LA County Fire's International Urban Search and Rescue Team just back from Jamaica. And the best part of it is that hero's welcome coming from their loved ones. Let's get to it. To the video we go. Here's that homecoming. How sweet it is, huh? As Jackie Gleason would say, look at that, the hugs, the kisses, the tears from wives, children, parents, everybody here cheering them on as they arrive at the county's Fire's Technical Operations Center here. These 34 team members, their four specially trained dogs on the island of Jamaica for nearly 2 weeks, picking up the pieces, and they deserve a hero's welcome back home. Look at some of the work they were doing down on that island, just sawing their way, reopening the roads after those huge palm trees were blown down like sticks by Melissa, that monstrous hurricane last month with its 185-mile-per-hour winds. Can you imagine that? They were handing out food to some of the stranded villages up high in the mountains on that island. Also, just trying to bring a lot of comfort to a lot of the villagers, as they were saying, as they were doing a lot of their search and assessments. No rescues, no recoveries, but doing anything they could to help the people reeling on that island. Listen to the task force leader.
Making things easier for them with taking the trees off their houses, taking the telephone poles, clearing roads so they could get some of that much needed help over there to their area.
The first time I saw it, it was eye-opening, just because you see a bunch of destruction that has gone down like blocks down the street due to the flooding and everything. Wildfires, it just goes down to the foundation. So it was eye-opening again to see it again here when I went to Jamaica. But you don't get used to it. It's hard to see that, especially to see the community members who are suffering through it.
Now live, who could get used to that, huh, as that firefighter paramedic was describing it, the widespread destruction on the island of Jamaica. He was saying, you know, you try to deal with it. And Susan, I thought it was an interesting point he was making when we see the devastation of the wildfires here, the Palisades, Altadena, Malibu, you know, the destruction, it burns down to the ground, but you still have it there. He was pointing out with those winds, 185 miles per hour, you have the same destruction, but it's blown miles away, and where those homes actually stood, there's nothing there. So it's a tremendous contrast, but as he was saying, that the pain, the destruction by those survivors, those left behind, is always very much the same.
Well, Ed, the darker side of the story is, of course, they came with their canines, the search and rescue canines. Did they actually participate in trying to recover bodies or rescue people?
Well, they were saying that was obviously their goal. They had 2 live find dogs, as they call them, and 2 that are recovery dogs. But they searched the areas in the village in the higher mountain area of the northern part of the island, as the task force leader was telling about. That was their station. But no, to answer your question, Susan, they did not make any of those finds at all. But they said the dogs were very important. You'll like this part, because as they went through the villages, it really brought comfort to the survivors there, people who were hurting. The children on the island really took to the dogs, and that's what those sweet dogs do for all of us when we're down. They give us some love and comfort. But it was hard. Think about it. The island, as the task force leader was saying, 85, 90 degrees every day. It rained every day there, he said, high humidity. And he said it was tough for them to adjust, but even more difficult for the dogs, because we just don't have those conditions out here in Southern California.
But they looked pretty good when they arrived back to Pacoima. That was a very, very nice spotlight on them, and it made everybody in the studio and where you were go, oh, look at the dog. Happy tail. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. You bet. It always picks you up to see that. All right, Ed Lascos, thank you so much.